A significant number of divorce cases start not with the filing of a divorce complaint, but with the filing by one spouse against the other of a domestic violence complaint. The Prevention of Domestic Violence Act allows one spouse to go to court and request a restraining order to force another spouse out of the house in the event that that spouse has committed an act of domestic violence. The domestic violence statute specifies certain acts which constitute domestic violence, and these acts are conduct which would otherwise be crimes under the criminal statutes of New Jersey. They include things that you would expect, such as assault, kidnapping, terroristic threats, but they do also include harassment, which under New Jersey criminal statute is a very liberally defined term. What we see more and more is one spouse using the domestic violence statute, which is a statute that was designed to protect people, and taking it and now using it to gain a tactical advantage in the start of their divorce. By getting a restraining order, the other party with almost no notice can be forced from their house, given an hour to collect whatever personal possessions they would like to take with them, and then from that point forward, until an additional hearing is held a week to 10 days later, they are barred from their homes. If there are children involved, they are typically barred from seeing their children, and they can be cut off from all of the resources they otherwise enjoyed. Aside from the initial disadvantage of having a restraining order imposed against you, the negative impact of a domestic violence order continues throughout the case. In particular, where there are issues of child custody, that restraining order may be the basis of the court finding that you are less fit than the other parent, and therefore you may be disqualified or not considered fairly to be the primary custodian of your children. It is so important to fight it initially to prevent you from being saddled with that negative impact and that unfair inference the rest of the case. While we frequently see the domestic violence statute being misused by one spouse to gain a tactical advantage, there are cases in which the intended purpose of the act is met. If you are a spouse that is the victim of domestic violence, it is important for you to get the protection that you deserve. This statute is designed for you to go to court and to obtain a restraining order and to keep the other spouse away from you. The judge, in granting that restraining order to you, can also simultaneously require the abuser to pay you support, to, for instance, continue to pay the mortgage, pay the rent, give you money on top of that so your children have the resources they need to continue living the lives that they're living. It's important for you to seek these protections and get into a position where you're safe and then can consider your options, including divorce beyond that. I'm Jeff Plaza. I'm a partner at the firm that handles divorce and family law matters. If you have an issue involving divorce, child custody, or any other family law issue, please feel free to contact me.